If you're over 60 and that searing, shooting pain down your leg has become a dreaded daily reality, you've likely been told to stretch, rest, and take a painkiller. But what if I told you that the one thing you're doing every single morning, something you believe is healthy, could be the very thing fanning the flames of your sciatic nerve inflammation? For millions of Americans, a well-intentioned breakfast staple is actually making their pain worse, creating a cycle of inflammation that no amount of stretching can fix. This isn't about blaming you. It's about revealing a blind spot that the medical system often overlooks. In the next 20 minutes, I'm going to reveal a simple, ancient food that can help douse that fire from the inside out. Then, I'll show you what to pair it with to create a powerful anti-inflammatory shield that protects your nerve day in and day out. And most importantly, I will expose the 3 hidden pain triggers in your kitchen that are sabotaging your recovery, one of which is likely on your counter right now. If you're ready to stop just managing the pain and start dismantling its cause, make sure you're subscribed because this information could change how you feel when your feet hit the floor tomorrow morning. First, we need to understand what sciatica truly is at its core. It's not just a muscle problem, it's an inflammation problem. Your sciatic nerve, the longest nerve in your body, is irritated, compressed, and sending out distress signals. Think of it like a live wire that's been frayed. When that wire touches something, it sends a jolt of electricity. That's the shooting pain you feel. Now, what does a painkiller do? It tries to numb the signal, like putting a piece of tape over the warning light in your car. It doesn't fix the engine, and it certainly doesn't repair the frayed wire. Our goal is different. Our goal isn't just to numb the signal with a pill, but to repair the wire's insulation. And the food we eat is the primary tool our body uses for this repair. The wrong foods create more inflammation, essentially pouring gasoline on that frayed wire, making it more sensitive and more painful. The right foods, on the other hand, provide the specific building blocks to calm the nerve, reduce the inflammation, and rebuild its protective sheath known as the myelin sheath. This is why what you eat isn't just a small part of the solution, it is the absolute foundation. You cannot outstretch a bad diet. You cannot outmedicate an inflammatory internal environment. The first pillar of this nutritional defense is a humble root that has been used in traditional medicine for over 5,000 years to combat pain and inflammation: ginger. Specifically, the active compounds in ginger called gingerols. Modern research is now confirming what ancient healers knew instinctively. These compounds are incredibly powerful. They work by inhibiting the production of inflammatory chemicals in the body, things like prostaglandins and leukotrienes. In essence, they act almost like a natural, gentle ibuprofen, but without the dangerous stomach lining side effects that can come with long-term use of NSAIDs. But here is what almost nobody knows. The effect is dose-dependent and cumulative. Clinical observations suggest that consuming as little as 1 inch of fresh ginger root, or about 1,500 milligrams of high-quality ginger powder daily, can significantly reduce key inflammatory markers in the bloodstream. This isn't a magic bullet that works in an hour. It's about building a consistent anti-inflammatory state in your body over days and weeks. The easiest way to incorporate this is through a simple morning ritual that replaces your current, potentially inflammatory breakfast. Instead of that toast or cereal, I want you to start your day with a warm mug of ginger tea. It's incredibly simple. Just take a 1-inch piece of fresh ginger, slice it into a few thin pieces, you don't even need to peel it, and let them steep in a mug of hot water for 5 to 10 minutes. Then sip it slowly. This one act does 2 critical things. First, it hydrates your body and your spinal discs after a long night. But more importantly, it sends a powerful anti-inflammatory message to your entire system before you've even had your first meal of the day. You are setting the tone for your body's chemistry for the next 24 hours. You are telling that frayed nerve that help is on the way. But here's the key that most people miss, and it's where the real lasting relief comes from. Ginger is powerful, but it works on specific inflammatory pathways. To create a truly robust defense, a shield for your sciatic nerve, we need to address another major pathway at the same time. This is where our second pillar comes in, creating a powerful synergy that most people never discover. We need to flood the body with omega-3 fatty acids, the ultimate inflammation fighters. Think of it this way. The ginger is like a targeted fire extinguisher, spraying directly on the flames licking at your sciatic nerve. It's excellent for immediate, focused relief. But the omega-3s, they work like a full-blown sprinkler system, calming inflammation throughout your entire body. The synergy is profound. The gingerols in your morning tea begin to calm the immediate nerve irritation, while the omega-3s work systemically to lower your body's overall inflammatory baseline. This makes future flare-ups less likely and far less severe. You're not just fighting today's fire, you're fireproofing the entire building. Now, where do you get these omega-3s? The most potent and bioavailable source is found in cold water fatty fish like wild-caught salmon, mackerel, and sardines. The goal is a simple, powerful ritual. A cup of that ginger tea in the morning and a 4-ounce serving of fatty fish 2 to 3 times per week. Seniors who adopt this 2-part strategy often report a noticeable decrease in morning stiffness and that initial jolt of pain when getting out of a chair, sometimes by as much as 30% within just a few weeks. It's about consistency, not perfection. This isn't a diet, it's a therapeutic protocol. Now, before you rush out to buy ginger and salmon, we have to address the most important part of this equation. Because you cannot put out a fire while someone else is standing right next to you squirting lighter fluid on it. You have to stop what's causing the inflammation in the first place. Here are the 3 most common sciatica saboteurs I see in the diets of my clients over 60. Pay close attention because one of these is almost certainly in your kitchen right now. The first and most damaging is what I call the breakfast betrayal, refined carbohydrates and hidden sugars. This is your white bread, your sugary cereals, your jams, and yes, even that instant oatmeal packet loaded with brown sugar that you think is a healthy choice. Take Robert, a 74-year-old client of mine from just outside Orlando, Florida. He had debilitating sciatica and thought his daily breakfast of 2 slices of toast with jam and a glass of orange juice was a light, healthy start to his day. What he didn't realize was that this meal was causing a massive blood sugar spike within minutes of him eating it. This spike triggers a flood of insulin and a cascade of inflammatory chemicals called cytokines that directly irritate the sciatic nerve. He was literally eating his pain for breakfast. The rule is simple. If it's white, processed, or tastes sweet, it's likely worsening your pain. The safe swap for Robert was 2 slices of whole-grain sourdough toast with mashed avocado and a sprinkle of salt. This simple change stabilized his blood sugar, provided healthy anti-inflammatory fats, and took fuel away from the inflammatory fire. The second saboteur is the wrong fat. For decades, we were told to fear butter and embrace vegetable oils and margarine. This was a catastrophic mistake for joint and nerve health. Oils like corn, soybean, sunflower, and safflower oil are loaded with omega-6 fatty acids. Now, we need some omega-6, but the modern American diet has a ratio that is wildly out of balance, sometimes 20 to 1 in favor of these inflammatory omega-6s. They are the direct antagonists to the calming omega-3s in your salmon. They compete for the same enzymes in your body, and they almost always win, promoting inflammation. Susan, a 68-year-old from Austin, Texas, was cooking with a large, cheap plastic bottle of vegetable oil and using margarine on her vegetables, thinking she was doing the right thing for her heart. In reality, she was feeding her sciatica every single day. The safe swap is to purge your pantry of those clear plastic bottles of vegetable oil. Replace them with extra virgin olive oil for dressings and low-heat cooking and avocado oil for higher temperatures. This one change helps shift your body's internal chemistry from pro-inflammation to anti-inflammation. You stop pouring gasoline on the fire. The third saboteur is a bit more subtle because it's often disguised as a health food: conventional dairy. For a significant number of people, especially as they age, the A1 casein protein found in most cow's milk in the US can be a low-grade irritant to the digestive system. When your gut is irritated, it can trigger a body-wide inflammatory response that shows up as joint pain, stiffness, and nerve pain. David, 71, from San Diego, was drinking a large glass of milk every night for his bone health, but woke up every morning with a deep, aching pain in his hip and leg. While the calcium is important, the inflammatory protein was potentially negating the benefits and making his mornings miserable. The rule here is a simple self-test. Eliminate all conventional dairy for 21 days and see how your body responds. Just 21 days. The safe swap can be to try milk from A2 producing cows, goat's milk, which has a different protein structure, or a high-quality, unsweetened fortified almond or coconut milk. For many of my clients, the reduction in bloating, morning stiffness, and that deep nerve ache is remarkable. Now, I'm genuinely curious, and I bet others watching are too. Of those 3 saboteurs we just uncovered, the sugary breakfast, the wrong cooking oils, or the conventional dairy, which one might have been unknowingly part of your routine? Think about it for a second. Was it the morning toast? The vegetable oil you cook with every night? That glass of milk before bed? Just drop one sentence in the comments below. Your experience could be the very thing that helps someone else connect the dots in their own life. This isn't just about sharing, it's about building a collective pool of wisdom. Your one comment could be a light bulb moment for a complete stranger. I know this is a lot of information, and it might feel overwhelming. It might even feel frustrating because some of these saboteurs are foods you were told were healthy. My goal here is to give you clear, actionable steps that don't require a medical degree to understand or a chef's kitchen to implement. We've spent hundreds of hours digging through clinical research and, more importantly, observing the real-world patterns in thousands of clients just like you to break this down into something simple and effective. We do the complex work so you can get the simple result. To help you put this into practice immediately, starting with your very next meal, I've created a free one-page Sciatica Soothing Foods Checklist. This isn't some 50-page ebook you'll never read. It's a single sheet of paper designed to go right on your refrigerator. It lists the best anti-inflammatory foods like ginger and salmon, but also a dozen others you can add to your arsenal. It clearly reminds you of the top 3 saboteurs to avoid so you can spot them in your pantry. And best of all, it includes a sample daily meal plan that shows you exactly how to put this all together. What a pain-free breakfast, lunch, and dinner could look like. It takes all the guesswork out of it. You can download it instantly, for free, from the link in the description box and the pinned comment below this video. My hope is that it becomes a trusted guide on your refrigerator, a daily reminder that you are in control of the inflammation in your body. The greatest gift you can give us for this work, for compiling this research and making it accessible, is to simply hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing, but it allows us to continue bringing this kind of vital, life-changing information to the millions of seniors who need it most but are often overlooked. We've covered how to use food as medicine to calm your sciatic nerve from the inside. We've built your nutritional shield with ginger and omega-3s, and we've removed the saboteurs that were constantly fueling the fire. But what if you could directly influence your brain's perception of that pain signal, especially during a bad flare-up? What if you could turn down the volume on the pain itself? In my next video, I'm going to reveal a fascinating science-backed breathing technique that takes just 3 minutes to perform. Evidence from neurological studies suggests it can reduce the intensity of chronic pain perception by up to 40% without you having to move a single aching muscle. It's an incredibly powerful tool for those moments when the pain feels overwhelming and you feel helpless. To make sure you're the first to see it when it's released, hit that subscribe button and, just as importantly, ring the notification bell. Your journey to a life with less pain doesn't stop here. It starts now. This isn't about adding more complexity to your life, it's about making smarter choices that remove the very things causing you pain. The path to relief isn't found in a pill bottle that just masks the symptoms for a few hours. It's found on your plate, in your morning mug, and in the daily decisions you make from this moment forward. You now have the knowledge to dismantle the inflammatory cycle that may have held you captive for years. Don't underestimate the power of these simple shifts. That morning cup of ginger tea is more than a warm drink. It's a declaration to your body that you are taking back control. Remember to download your free Sciatica Soothing Foods checklist from the link right there in the description box and the pinned comment. Please don't just let it sit on your computer. Print it out, put it on your refrigerator. Let it be your daily guide and a constant reminder that you have a clear, actionable plan. Every single meal is an opportunity to either fuel the fire of inflammation or to build a body that is resilient, calm, and strong. The choice is yours. If this information has been valuable to you, the best way you can support our mission is to hit the like button and, more importantly, share this video with just one person you know who is struggling in silence. Your simple act of sharing could be the light bulb moment that changes the course of their life. And if you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed with that notification bell turned on. You won't want to miss the next piece of this puzzle. Thank you for investing this time in yourself. The power to heal is now, finally, back in your hands. I'll see you in the next video.